For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check out g2a.com, and if you need any Ultimate Team coins, then head over to FIFA. The code CHES will get you a discount on both sites, and all links are down below. Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again, and welcome to episode number 33 of the Chelsea Career Mode here on FIFA 15. We start with a game at home against Hull City at Stamford Bridge. Not going to be an easy one, but here's your team news.
Here's the Chelsea lineup. Thibaut Courtois starts in goal. Felipe Luis starts with Carvajal in the fullback positions. Marco van Ginkel plays with Nemanja Matic in central midfield. In attack, Wilfried Bony starts, making his debut for the club. Hull City team here for you. Minor Figueroa starts with Liam Rossinha in the fullback positions. Josh McEachran starts, making his debut. In attack, Nikita Jelavic starts. He was man of the match last time out.
So as we suspected in yesterday's episode, the recently moved on loan Josh McEachran starts against his parent club, similar to yesterday's Nathan Ake and Thorgan Hazard in the opening two games of yesterday's episode. So hopefully we can do to Josh what we did to Nathan Ake in the opening game of yesterday's episode and the first Barclays Premier League game of the season, and that's pick up all 3 points. But actually McEachran was involved here in this second move for Hull. Jelavic finds David Mailer, who gets the turn in and finds Hull a leading goal in the 19th minute. Not the best way to start the game, to be completely honest. They were definitely on top. It was the first time that I'd actually started a game this season without a full strength side. So you can see players like Lucas, Wilfried Bony, John Terry and Marco van Ginkel starting in this one, because just 3 days later, this was on the Tuesday, on the Friday night was the European Super Cup, so I had to ensure that I had my best players fit for that, because of course it's a chance of silverware. We've already won the Community Shield this season thanks to Monday's episode, so of course we'll be trying to do our best to win the second piece of silverware. But Wilfried Bony starts for the first time in the league and he's involved here, and Nemanja Matic just had more determination than the goalkeeper and any of the defenders to get to that ball. I'm not going to try and pronounce the goalkeeper's name because it's not Alan McGregor, it's is it Jukovic or something like that? I'm not entirely too sure, but as you can see there, Nemanja Matic was definitely the most determined to get to that ball first, and we're back on level terms at 1-1, trying then to get ourselves in front if we possibly could. You might understand, or might well imagine, after going 1-0 up, Hull went slightly defensive and kind of invited me onto them, to be completely honest, and we were close there to getting ourselves in front. So made a couple of changes in the second half. In fact, Victor Moses coming on for the first time in the entire series, and Azpilicueta coming on at right back for Danny Carvajal. So I had an entirely new right hand side. Carvajal and Willian swapped for Azpi and Victor Moses, but it's Marco van Ginkel here trying to create the opportunity. Has a good shot and he comes back down off the bar. Only 20 minutes left to go here and we still can't find a way to get ourselves in front, but we're still coming forward trying to create the chances. Again, Van Ginkel involved, gets it out to Victor Moses. Nice little skill move to get around the defender, beats him for pace around the outside, stands it up. Wilfried Bony goes up, and that is an extremely good header down into the bottom left hand corner to get us in front, and Wilfried Bony has a debut goal and celebrates appropriately with a cheeky little dance. Victor Moses celebrating with him, first ever game that he's played for me, and he's picked up an assist, and that actually is an extremely good header from Wilfried Bony, it has to be said. I wanted him to be the sort of player to replace Didier Drogba in the side, and that is exactly the sort of goal that Didier Drogba would score for Chelsea, so I was delighted that Bony was able to get that. He's going to get through here as well. The man at the far side played him on and unfortunately comes off the post, so not quite able to pick himself up a brace on his debut, but we're going to get another chance here. As you can see, the goalkeeper has come up for the corner for Hull, and I'm still not going to try and pronounce his name. We managed to get the corner clear as far as Bony. He's going to get the turn inside James Chester, and then it's just a case of getting away from the defence enough to have enough space to put it into the back of the net. He does get a brace on his debut. Wilfried Bony, the Ivorian, is delighted, as am I, to have gotten 3 points and a decent win out of this one after a dodgy start. And again, cheeky little dance, this time in front of the goalkeeper, just to rub it in slightly that it was his mistake being out of goal that led to our third goal. So 3-1 win in this third game of the Barclays Premier League season goes along with our 4 points gained yesterday, and we head into the second game of the episode, which is, as we previously mentioned, the European Super Cup. We won the Champions League, Wolfsburg won the Europa League, and here is your team news.
Wholesale changes for Chelsea. Thibaut Courtois starts in goal. Ricardo Rodriguez starts with Carvajal in the fullback positions. Ramirez comes in for Ross Barkley, who's disappointed recently. Diego Costa is the lone striker today. This is the lineup. Diego Benaglio starts in goal. Joshua Gilavogi plays with Luis Gustavo in the middle. Seydou Doumbia is the one striker today.
So Wolfsburg are actually a very, very tough opposition. They're an extremely good side. We actually are starting with a player that they used to have, Ricardo Rodriguez, at left back. Oscar tries to create the first opportunity there, but the shot unfortunately gets blocked and goes out for a corner. Of course, we've got Junior Malanda that we bought from Wolfsburg as well in our ranks, although of course not involved today. But one man that most certainly is involved is Diego Costa. Not one to be undone or put out by Wilfred Brony's headed goal in the previous game. Scores one of his own here to give us a 1-0 lead in the opening few minutes of the European Super Cup. So definitely a big goal for a big stage. But Perisic plays through Doumbia here. Just takes this one early and it completely sells the goalkeeper by swapping from left to right quickly 2 or 3 times. The goalkeeper just couldn't get settled and then gets beaten at the near post, which is disappointing, but we'll have to take it on the chin and try and come back and do better. So we're back at 1-1. Cahill there, question of a foul on him as De Bruyne there kind of outmuscles him, but Doumbia plays the ball across, and who's waiting? Ivan Perisic. So the goal scorer turns provider for the man that provided him with the pass for his first goal. So actually out of nowhere we find ourselves 2-1 down after going 1-0 up very early on, and we're only 20 minutes in here and we've already had 3 goals. So it's definitely going to be an exciting game, and as you can see we're still pushing forward, only on the half-hour mark now for the next highlight. Oscar powering past 2 or 3 different players before Costa beats the defender for pace and strength there and slots it into the bottom corner to make it 2-2. Of course, Benaglio is a goalkeeper that we were looking at earlier on in the season to replace the now retired Mark Schwarzer, and of course we moved Petr Cech on in January in the previous season. So a goalkeeper that we know is a decent opposition, or a decent goalkeeper at least, and hopefully we can score some more goals against him, because it's only 2-2 here. We're still in the first half, and in fact Cesc scores a similar finish to Diego Costa's, tidily slotting it on the floor around the goalkeeper into that near post, and we find ourselves 3-2 up as we head into the second half, and we're only just into the second half before the first highlight of this half comes as well. As you can see, Diego Costa hounding Luis Gustavo there, and he's actually going to nick it off Naldo here and then do it for pace as well as strength, shrugs him off, races away towards the goal, going to fire this one across the goalkeeper this time, and Diego Costa picks up his hat-trick in the European Super Cup, and we have a 4-2 lead in just the 48th minute. An absolutely incredible game. 6 goals in 47 minutes worth of football, and in fact that was how the game was going to end. So after just 3 episodes of games worth of videos in the second season, we already have 2 pieces of silverware. We picked up the Community Shield on Monday against Manchester City, coming back from being behind, and we've now won the European Super Cup as well, coming back from being behind. Of course we went 1-0 up, then down to 2-1, and they're of course powering back thanks to Diego Costa's hat-trick to win 4-2. So Gary Cahill is actually going to be the man to lift the trophy this time around. I didn't have JT on the bench, I don't think, to bring him on like we did for the Champions League final last year. Wanted to give him the honour of lifting that trophy, but Gary Cahill's led the side to this success and did so with the Community Shield as well. So I think it's only fair for him to lift the trophy for a second time in just a matter of days, really. Of course, we had the opening Barclays Premier League fixtures yesterday. But if you missed anything on the channel from this series earlier on in this second season, then of course feel free to check the channel page for it, or whether you missed my player or the Atletico Madrid career mode series as well, of course just feel free to check the channel page for anything you may have missed. We still do 2 videos every single day here, but we're still not done with this episode, because we've got a very exciting transfer deadline day to come just around the corner. Of course we're still looking for a centre back if we can possibly bring someone in, and we're still looking for a wide player if we can possibly bring someone in, but we don't have enough money right now without selling someone. The top deals in this transfer window so far, as you can see on the right hand side, are Pogba to Liverpool for 18 million, Benteke to Borussia Dortmund for 23 million, and we've already brought in Bony for 18. I got an offer here from Juventus on deadline day for Azpilicueta. Now I've previously sent that I wasn't too sure about keeping him or not, and we do need some money to bring in a centre-back. We already have, of course, Dani Carvajal, Ricardo Rodriguez and Felipe Luis as wing-backs, so I put in a counter-offer of 15 million to try and tempt them into that, and decided, because I hadn't gotten an offer for anyone else that I was just going to try and do a straight up swap deal, Lucas for Hulk, to try and bring in at least one of the players that we wanted to bring in, a wide player. We still can't bring a centre back in unless we get a bid in for one of our players, which is hopefully what we're going to do with the money that we get for the Cesar Azpilicueta deal. As you can see, Juventus will go ahead with the £15 million transfer of Dave, so it does look like he's going to be leaving. Zenit St Petersburg accepted the offer of £2 million plus Lucas for Hulk, and I'm going to give him an important first team player because he won't play absolutely every game, but he probably will be my starting right winger. Willian will probably have less of an involvement in the first team. As you can see, Dave has now gone to Juve, and we get £12.5 million from that deal to go into the coffers to spend looking for a centre-back, and Hulk is into the club as well. So as you can see, we've got 4 on our shortlist. Gerard Piqué is the preference. We've also got Jerome Boateng, Mats Hummels and Sergio Ramos. Now the deal I'm putting in here, Laporte plus 15 million, I put in the same deal for all 4 defenders because I need to get one in. I don't want to solely focus on one player and miss out on the others if we can't get Piqué. So that was rejected from everyone. So again, blanket bid 19 million plus Laporte for all 4 players. That was rejected as well. So I came back with £19.45 million because that was as much as I could offer at this particular moment in time, and changed the player that I was offering from Laporte to who did I change it to? William Carvalho. There we go. I can't remember for the life of me what his name was, and we changed it to him, and also had a little adjustment of the transfer budget. Piqué has the highest current wage of 200,000, so I had to ensure I had enough to cover his wages should that be the bid that was accepted. We get another bid in for a youngster here, Jeremy Boga will go out to Millwall, so that's a slight improvement in our transfer budget. So I can now offer 21.45 million plus Carvalho for Piqué, and of course the other 4 players as well, or other 3 players as well. So Jerome Boateng, Sergio Ramos and Mats Hummels, as well as Gerard Piqué, have this £21.45 million bid plus William Carvalho put in for them, and we are going to get an offer accepted by one of those 4 teams. You'll see now as we're down into the 3rd hour on deadline day, it's really pushing it fine. Boga's gone to Millwall. You can see on your screen now the offer has been accepted for Sergio Ramos. Now I want Piqué, he's my preference, but I'm running out of time. We've only got 3 hours left and I don't have any more money to offer, so I have to go ahead with this potential Sergio Ramos deal. He doesn't want any more than what he's already on, which is 170k a week, which is fantastic. And of course, offering him crucial first team player because he will be my starting centre back alongside Gary Cahill. And of course, he can play right back as well to go in perhaps replacement for Azpilicueta at some point with rotation. So we get an offer for Charlie Musonda here from Birmingham as well. He's going to go out. So another youngster that we won't use is leaving the club. And as you probably saw before that, Sergio Ramos has accepted the contract offer. So a rather eventful transfer deadline day ends up with William Carvalho and Lucas leaving the club, and Sergio Ramos and Hulk joining the club. So they will have their first team action in the next episode. Of course, the first game actually in the next episode is in the Capital One Cup against Gillingham, so probably they won't start in that game. I'll start a weaker side with a few youngsters just to give them some first team experience, but in tomorrow's episode those big players will have their debuts. As you can see, we're 3rd in the table at the minute, only 2 sides so far to win every single game, Manchester United and Spurs. Man City are 10th, having drawn 1, lost 1 and won 1, so they've had a rather dodgy start to the season. We've done okay, we are unbeaten, as are 4 other sides. West Brom, Southampton and then the top 2 as well, I think, are the only ones that are undefeated so far. Arsenal, no wins from their opening 3, 1 draw and 2 defeats. Really tough start for them, but we're doing okay so far. So we'll be back tomorrow with 3 games. Of course, now we're at the transfer window, up to a full selection of games in each episode. But that's going to bring today's video to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Feel free to check the channel page for anything you may have missed, whether it's this series, the My Player series, which of course comes to you again tonight, or the Atletico Madrid series, which was last night and will be tomorrow night. Check the schedule in the description if you don't know what and when I upload. It's on the About tab of the channel page as well, so you can check that. 2 videos every single day. As you can see on the end slate, feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. All links will be down below, along with links to g2a.com for any Xbox or PlayStation codes you might want, and of course FIFA if you'd like some Ultimate Team coins. But for now, that's all from me for this afternoon. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this rather bonanza episode with all the transfer action and decent goals and gameplay as well. But your 15-minute video is coming to a close. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you next time.